Shade's Crazy Cash!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves Cybl PR. So let's go over it. Something to get excited about. I don't know if this is going to cause the stock to go on a huge pump, but you guys know me. I've been holding. I still believe in it. There's no reason to not be excited about this stock. I know a lot of people are just impatient and they want lots of money right away. But if you got patience, you know what to do. Just keep buying and accumulating for the inevitable PR that will send it to hundreds of percentages. We've seen this before. We'll go over the charts, but first let's touch on the PR. It's right here. We're going to jump right into it. So let me just check the outstanding shares and authorized shares. Okay, whatever. Not AITX level of dilution, so it looks good to me. Nothing to be concerned about there. Okay, for immediate release. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be very exciting. I can tell right now. I don't care about the legal matters. I care about what is the company doing behind the scenes. Current backlog fulfillment and revenue pipeline progress. That's what I care about. Cyberlux announced the status and progress of its legal, operational, and commercial initiatives supporting the company's path towards sustainable profitability and the execution of its 2026 game plan. Okay. The company is actively working to resolve the remaining legal matters in Texas and the related Virginia. Peter expects positive outcome. So yeah, this legal stuff it's whatever. People are gonna get sued. You can't, it's gonna happen. It is. You're a big company. I expect to get sued at some point. It is what it is. Part of the game, I would say. Too many people were overreacting back then, like, oh, they're getting sued. It's over. Whatever. It's like, dude. The whole legal system exists for a reason. We're gonna get sued. No, that's just it is what it is. Part of the game. Part of the game. Operationally, Cybl is focused on product order fulfillment and is currently operating at near break even. Backlog of 17 million. Nearly 1 million in new sales since the last update. Company expects to resume generating positive cash flow from operations starting in March 2026. Okay. Well, so far I'm not that excited. Okay. I expected a little more than 1 million. The company also has a near-term new order pipeline of approximately 15 million. And they have a lot of backlog, is what they're saying. They have a lot of backlog because of the government shutdown, I assume, if I recall. Cybl is participating in the new U.S. Department of War Drone Dominance Program and submitted its Gauntlet Phase 1 request for proposal last week. The Drone Dominance Program is a new, roughly $1 billion Department of War initiative to mass produce expensive, expendable attack and reconnaissance drones and make them central to the future U.S. warfighting doctrine. It is the flagship implementation of President Trump's Unleashing American Drone Dominance policy. The Dow. What a name. Department of War plans to place about $1 billion in fixed price orders over multiple gauntlet phases that lead to production contracts. With the experience of delivering under prior contracting, Cybl is well positioned. Okay, so it's going to hinge on whether they get into the gauntlet phase. Is that what I'm taking away from this? Because I don't care if they're well positioned for participation. We'll see what actually happens. These elements, blah blah blah. Is that it? I'm very disappointed that this is it. Am I missing something? There's no way that's it. Oh, thank God there's a second page. I was about to say, like, wait a minute. There's no way that's it. There's no way the stock moved 22% on that. So yeah, they got backlog and there's potential for more. That's really what it is. Long-term value. The company expects to publish an updated investor relations presentation this month. Wow. Interesting. We'll see if they follow through. Let me look that up. Let's look up Cyberlux here on the homepage. Have they updated anything on here about us, press releases? Didn't they have an IR or at least an FAQ somewhere in here? Am I crazy? Yeah. Didn't they have am I crazy or? Yeah. There's the FAQ down there. What's this? The about section. Can I sell? Can you give us? Yeah, they're not. Again, a lot of people want like shares to be bought back on the market, but that's not going to happen. They got to grow the business first, guys. Come on. So many people just don't have patience. You got to wait for them to grow let them grow the business. Let them get the contract. What, you think Palantir just went to the moon one day? It didn't go to the moon in one day. It took what, over a year and a half to even make a move to $150. I mean, people, man, they want the Palantir kind of move, but they want it in one day. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Is that it? So yeah, okay, so we have something, yeah, so what, it's the 15th, so sometime next week, or the week after, we're gonna get an updated investor relations and IR deck. That's gonna be interesting. That's something to look forward to. At least we got something to look forward to, instead of just silence. Alright, well, there's not much else to take away here. Pretty much you can sum this up as, guys, we're building the business out. Relax. Taking care of the legal matters, right? It's part of the game. That's going to happen. If you think companies don't get sued here and there, right? That there's that one guy who sued McDonald's because the patties weren't, the exact weight that they claim. But yeah, it is what it is. It's just part of the game. Yeah, the government shut. Oh man, I hope the government doesn't shut down again. That would suck. Let me check. Isn't there supposed to be a potential government shutdown? Government shutdown January. Odds are dropping for a government shutdown in January. The one thing needed by January 30 to avoid another government shutdown. So yeah, that's very true. We could get another government shutdown. Let's hope not. That's going to affect. Fortunately, it's going to affect a lot of stocks. So, and it's going to affect the markets too. We're going to start dropping again if decide to go on another hiatus there. Because the last time this happened, we just tanked. So that's something to keep an eye on. Unfortunately, because the government and Cybl are intertwined, or any stock that has dealings with the government, a government shutdown is going to have an effect on it. So that's just something to think about, something to be concerned about, short term at least. But long term, nothing has changed. It's a business, it's growing, and you just got to sit on the position and wait. Oh, I was about to end the video. Let's look at the charts. Yeah, it's up 22%, 29%. My bad. I am dumb today. I am just dumb today. It moved to 0022, not 22%. It's up 29%, and that's awesome. I still have not added the 4K. I might add some now, actually. This is good. I've been waiting for some kind of communication. This is not ILIS, right? This is not. Let's look at ILIS just for comparison. I mean, out of all the stocks that I started this channel with, ILIS, AITX, they all. I mean, look at this. 000. This is dead. AITX is dead for sure because they just diluted like an insane amount. Yeah, it's dead. So Cybl is really the last man standing here. I started this channel with these 3 penny stocks because I didn't know any better. Trading absolute garbage, trying to get rich quick because I was an idiot. But here we are now. We understand how to play the game. This stock has been through the worst. Remember when it went into CE? That's what I call it, the CE event. CE, when it got the CE designation and it dropped down here. Every single time it's been down here in the low 002s, 001s, it's literally been opportunity, and every single time it will get news eventually, and it's these big pumps, big pumps, big pumps. So you look at the weekly time frame. I mean, it's a classic. It's a penny stock. It's a classic pump and dump. What do you expect? What do you expect, right? Monthly time frame. In fact, let's go to the quarterly. The yearly. Even the yearly tells you, like, yep, right. It's just going sideways. The bottom is down here. The top is up here. At least on the yearly. We go to the quarterly, you get a much clearer picture. It's just going sideways. It's a classic buy the bottom, sell the top. So how can you screw this up? I don't know. But classic buy the bottom, sell the top. And right now we're as close to the bottom as you can be. Stop trying to time the exact bottom. I don't try to do that anymore. A dollar cost average, because I'm smarter now. You guys remember when I bought Cybl at 6.5 cents and I got mad at Moon Market and told him to fuck off? And then he banned me? Yeah, because I was the idiot. I was the stupid one. I didn't know. I was just emotional because I was just so dumb. And now I know, like, oh, yeah. It's just don't buy the top and wait for your signal and you'll be fine. Let me look at the weekly time frame. Oh, look at that. White line crossed the yellow line on the weekly time frame. White line crossing the yellow line usually means some kind of surge, temporary at least. See it crossed here, huge surge here, huge surge here. Every time that signal has come, we get some kind of pump, or at least it marks a bottom. You can see here it crossed over, white line crossing the yellow line, sideways action pump. So again, I'm going to be buying... I'm gonna buy the other 4K that I've been waiting on buying. I've been holding off just in case it was gonna come down to low 001s, but it looks like it isn't happening, and they're gonna start communicating, which is awesome. Again, was there anything negative? The only negative is it's not pumping right now. That's not a negative. That's just your lack of patience, and there's no strategy to satiate that level of greed and stupidity, where you're just so greedy on everything right now. There's no strategy for that. So let's take advantage of these suckers that sold. They'll eventually money. Those are my thoughts. If you've been following this channel since the old days, let me know. I want to hear from you, because we've been in this game for what, 5+ years now. It's crazy, half a decade. Hopefully all of you have grown as traders and become better at trading, less emotional, or no emotions ideally. I think we're in for a good time if you got the patience, really. Patience, especially to the extreme, it puts you in the top 1%. Anything to the extreme puts you in the top 1%. Think about that for a second. Alright, guys. Yeah, if you eat a lot of food, it puts you in the top 1% of fat Fs, to put it nicely, of fat fucks. I'll just say it puts you in the top 1%, right? If you eat a lot of garbage, a lot of trash food, you can be in the top 1% of fat fucks. You can. Think about that. The extreme of anything, or anorexia, the extreme of anything, you end up in the top 1% of that thing. So if you got extreme patience, I'm telling you right now, that's what the market rewards. The more patience you have, the more you get rewarded. Funny how that works. Alright, guys. That's it for the video. Pat yourself on the back if you got the patience, because you might be in the top 1% of patient people. And that's your edge in the markets.